Ever since I was little, I dreamed of having a garden. Not just a garden that is typical, but a garden that has all kinds of things that I can consume. This year, I decided to do less vegetables and more benefits for your body because there are so many things out there that can help us, but we don't know what they are. So I went to the store and I made sure that a lot of my plants were beneficial to you. So I want to share with you what I'm growing. Not everything is beneficial, so make sure that you're checking into them, but I want to share with you what I've planted so far so you can see exactly what I'm doing in my garden. So first of all, I have mint in multiple places around the yard. This is my mint in a container. This is peppermint. There was strawberry mint in there, but now it's hidden. I'm going to have to get some more of that. Here I have chamomile and then cosmos here. These are potatoes, so I planted those early, so I wanted to get them in here. We have bachelor buttons, yarrow, and then these are daylilies that are already done and cut back. Over here, I'm going to plant a hollyhock, and those are canna lilies. We have strawflower here. I have poppies here that are starting to grow from last year. This has, I need to weed out the ground ivy, but right now it's being a ground cover for me, and then it's mixed in with this tricolored sage, which I just think is so beautiful. If I can get it to, it has these purple flowers and I just love it, but it's so good in with pineapple and chicken. Pineapple sage. Next, I put some lettuce down here. This came back from last year. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's beneficial. These are not. These are toxic in every part of the plant. But they're beautiful, so I can't help but have it in my garden every year. These are columbine, and oh my gosh, they are just so pretty. They're starting to lean over. They're almost done for the season, but oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. Like, I just love looking at these. These pop up early in the spring, and I just love seeing them. Let's see. This is beautyberry. You can make that into a mosquito repellent. We have some more lettuce here. I just scattered the seeds, so I'm going to have to wean that out. Here's rummix here. We have some sedum. And then here we have some lungwort. Of course, good for your lungs. And then I don't know what that bush is. I have forgotten. We have asparagus. It's already gone to seed because it's in way too much shade. It's never going to do anything, but I planted it, and so it's there. It comes back every year. Hellebore, also not medicinal. This is a whole bed right here of mugwort, and I've already taken out a section to dry it, and that's inside. So if you watch any of my shorts, you have seen that I'm drying that mugwort, and if you haven't seen it, you can pop over there and look. And so here we have, this is morning glory. It has been eaten by, some slugs. Don't mind my neighbor's backyard. Then, we have some sunflowers, and I don't know what that one is. I think it's Gazanzia or whatever you want to say. That one's new for me this year, and so I'm going to see how that does and whether you can use that one. I don't know if you can. And then we have candy tuft right here. So the slugs are loving that, so I might have to figure something out about that. Okay, and so I've got mullein right here, and this is going to be the second year, so we are going to see it bloom this year. I'll show you that, so make sure you're following me to see that bloom. It will be a huge, it almost looks like a corn stalk in the middle that has yellow flowers. They are so beautiful. I've got here, this is borage, a small borage plant. And then here, I think that's celosia. And I don't know if that one's medicinal either. Throughout this area, we have mugwort, but it kind of goes into my spearmint. So they are intermixed there. And so I will pull out my spearmint every so often so it doesn't get too intense. I know people say don't put mint in the garden, and you can see it is spread. I planted it originally way over here, but you see I left a little bit. I left a little bit right there, but a lot of it I just pulled up, and it's okay. Like, to me, I would rather have so much that I can just pull it up and throw it out than not have enough. And I feel like it does really well in the ground here. Oh, I left one of my pots here. I need to figure out what to put on that. What do you guys think I should put? We get quite a bit of shade. Let me know in the comments. I always like to see what you guys come up with because there are different ideas. Okay, so let's talk about the berries. I've got blackberries here. This came from I had a huge bush here, but it was shading out my neighbor's garden, and I felt bad because she likes to do tomatoes back here. So I took it out, but I'm gonna top it here soon so it doesn't get any bigger. And it's already starting to flower, or well, it's already flowered and it's starting to produce those blackberries soon. So I'm just gonna leave it here this year and just keep it short, so hopefully it won't get it won't shade out her garden quite as much. And I have decided not to put as many tall things here. I do have this guy, but she's got a rose bush. She's got a rose bush back there, so it won't shade it out too much. And those I would need to put up. They're just sitting there for a moment. They were helping prop up some stuff over here for the gutter. Okay, so now we have blueberries. I love blueberries, and I'll tell you, there are two different these might be two different types, but the leaves look almost identical. I don't know what, because at my garden center, they just say blueberries. But I'll tell you, look, okay, you see how many blueberries are on this. There's just a few here and there, but like these branches don't have any. So this is very sparse. My husband accidentally cut this to the ground 2 years ago, and I thought it wouldn't do very well, but I'm telling you, look at the amount of blueberries, and this was doing the same thing that the other ones did. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do that to this. At the end of the year, this is going down to the ground. I'm going to chop it, and hopefully we'll get some blueberries like this one this year. It is just covered in blueberries. So, and I do, if you can see down in the ground, I do put coffee grounds down in the bottom. But you know, oh my gosh. So that was definitely a winner. I mean, look at all those. That is crazy how many blueberries are on there. So that is doing amazing. I put chrysanthemums here. They're super baby, but they'll grow big. I did put a tomato here, which they have, they put a climbing, what is it called? Clematis or clematis, whatever you want to call it. I've heard it both ways there. So it might be too shaded. We'll see. I did put peas along this whole thing and only one grew. So, you know, we got one pea here. But I've got chamomile hiding back here. And then I have the butterfly pea here. Oh my gosh. It's a blue flower, and it looks, you know, it looks very similar to the sugar snap pea. That's what that is. But it makes some amazing tea. I don't know if it's going to grow, so I went ahead and bought the dried version. And I have some more baby starts that I haven't planted yet. So if these don't survive, I'm going to add them in. But if you guys have any tips on the butterfly pea plant, I will definitely take anything into account because I cannot figure that plant out yet. I mean, this is my first year, but you know, still. I have beets right here. There's just a few. And then this got beat by the rain, so it doesn't look as good as it did. But back there these are not medicinal. These are actually toxic. They're in the Queen Anne's lace family, so don't worry about those. And then we have the milkweed. I don't know if that's beneficial or not, but you know. And then we have milkweed, and I don't know if that's beneficial or not, but yeah, it's right there. Throughout I'm fighting some slugs right now. I did have a lot of mulch and ground cover, and so they were thriving. I also used wood barriers, which I've taken most of those up in the front, but I still am leaving them in the back for mowing purposes because my husband needs to have a barrier. But that is my side garden right now. I still have more to plant, but let me switch you over to the front yard. Matter of fact, let's try this first. Okay, so this is my new bed. I just made it, and you can see I do have a stray cat problem because right as soon as I made it, I had to put this netting over it because the cats were already trampling it. And so I'm going to wait until they get bigger. Hopefully they'll be able to survive once they get bigger. So here we are with, this one is Cosmos. And then most of these are tomatoes. I have Morning Glory back there. And then there's a little zinnia, baby zinnia. This one was not doing that great this year. And so I don't know what happened. Whether he'll survive or not, I'll probably have to transplant something out into that. And then if you can see these little guys, these are fennel. And so I've got lots of fennel coming up. I've got 3 of them in here. So just to distract the smells and stuff. I always like to put something in the garden that smells. Over here we've got some daylilies, and these are super pretty. So, and then I don't know what this one is. It came up from last year, so I'm wondering if it's mullein. It does have that leaf, but it could be a weed. I don't know. It does kind of look like mullein. I don't know. So I'm leaving it just to see if it's more baby mulleins. We've got more fennel and then borage here. And then some more Morning Glories. Here is a front garden. And so here we have parsley. I did space it. I put parsley on both sides over here. We have chives that come back every year. And some strawberries that were in a hanging basket, and I just planted them in the ground at the end of the year. They're ever bearing, and so they're already actually producing. So this one's still a baby, so we'll see if it produces this year. This is candy tuft, and I think those are cypress bushes. And then we have this guy, which is that one. I can't pronounce it. I've never grown those, but I tried them this year. This is horehound, and this is good for like coughs and sore throats. And here's some more candy tufts and some calendula, which is good for your skin. We've got over here some dahlias, just for a pop of beautiful color. I don't think that they have any medicinal benefits. And then I can't remember what that one is. Actually, I think I have the name of that one. Let me show you. Right over here, I'll let you look at the garden while I'm finding it. Okay, it's this guy. So, yeah. So that's what that one is. Hopefully that will grow into something beautiful. Okay. Hopefully it didn't step on anything. Okay, so I am going to zoom you out. I do plant... This is sweet mint. I plant that in the garden. I think I talked about it in the back, but I wanted to make sure you knew I plant it in the front too. The cats actually don't come over the side of the yard. I think it's because the mint, we have lavender here. This is a variegated lavender, and it's actually super pretty. The leaves are super pretty. And then this one, I didn't cut back my lavender, and so it's got this kind of funky look to it. So I think I'm going to cut it back next year, but I just wanted to experiment and see what it was like to not cut it back. I have some Cosmos here. There's one there, one, I don't know if you can see right there. And then I've got one right here, and then another one right there. And then right here, that's marjoram. I put another little, that's for the black and blue salvia. This is a black and blue salvia over here. And I think this is too, but it has a different leaf. And I don't know if it is. So we're gonna see. I did have 2 of them here and last year, and so I'm hoping they just regrew. I've got borage here. And so I love that. It's super pretty with that blue flower. So this is just my pretty little area We have irises here, which we'll see if they bloom. They are pretty close together. I know when they're close together, they won't bloom as much. So we'll see. And then these guys, I think, I can't remember. These are like super common. I think they're double pansy, not pansies. I can't remember. And I don't remember what these guys are either, but I thought they looked really good together. The purple and the purple with the pops of yellow. So this is just my looks pretty type with the the yellow. Those are yellow pansies back there. So this is just Creeping Jenny or Creeping Charlie as a ground cover, and then I've got my mint here. Here we have, this is lemon thyme, and so I did plant some thyme, regular thyme, and I think one came up, so hopefully we'll be able to put that in soon. But look, I love the little flowers on this lemon thyme. It's super pretty, and it's just a nice little accent right there. And then I have the hyssop. This one's I think this is Hyssop officinalis. This is the one that's more medicinal. It comes with purple little flowers, and it really pairs well with lavender. So if you're considering that I think they work really well together. Okay, so some more irises, and of course we've got some clematis or clematis, whichever you want to call it. All right, let me go over to the front. Okay, I was worried my butterfly flower wasn't going to come back up, but I think that is it. Sorry, the balloon flower. So I think there was 2 plants. I'm hoping they both come up, but there's one at least. So this is my calendula. Those are super pretty yellow flowers, good for skin. And then I have straw flowers here that cats do. These are Gomphrena. Gomphrena here and Gomphrena there. And then this is a straw flower there. And then I have a little tiny marjoram here. That's what this bed looks like as a overview of what that looks like. This right here is where it the salt got up to this line right there. So it's starting to regrow, but it's having a hard time. So it's coming back, but it's taking its time. So let's switch over to here. Right in the front, we have 4 rosemary bushes, and so those get huge. So I'm kind of hoping it turns into a hedge right there. I might put something along this edge here as a ground cover, but I haven't figured that out yet. So if you guys have any tips for me, let me know. I did put Creeping Jenny on this side because I thought it would be pretty with the Creeping Jenny, the brighter over here, and then the Creeping Charlie over there. I've got some strawberry plants, and I'm hoping those will kind of take over this area as well. There's one here as well. And then I've got calendula here, and then a straw flower here and here. And then there's one there. And then I thought I put one right here, but I'm not seeing it. So the cats might have, I have a lot of stray cats around here, so they might have covered them up. Maybe I put it up there. I don't know. Anyways. All right, and these are Ganzania, I think. Hold on. What does it say? Ganzania, whatever. You read it. So there's 3 of them in there, and then this vinca vine, the variegated vinca. So I've got that, and it looks like something else is growing in here. I don't know what that is. So we gonna take that out. I'll leave one in. We'll see what it is. Around the corner from everything is this beautiful oregano, and it just takes over. It is getting bigger this year, but it's actually taking over this little tiny rose bush, and it usually only has 1 or 2 good blooms on it. So you know, I leave it, but I don't know. And then I've got 2 yarrow. We've got one over here and one over there. They're actually the same. I'm not sure why that one's not blooming yet, but this one is in full bloom and it looks so pretty. I think it's called strawberry yarrow. If you guys know the actual name, I'm pretty sure it's strawberry yarrow, but oh my gosh, I just think it's gorgeous. I love red. Red, purple, blue, that's my thing. And then I have phlox here. These are the tall phlox. Just 2 of them there. So I planted those from seed. And then I've got the creeping phlox down here. So I thought those would be good, like near each other. So, and then I've got another dahlia here. Well, 2 of them. I planted more. Actually, I think there's 3. I planted more, but the frost got some of them. And maybe more will pop up later, but that's what I got so far. Let me make sure. Oh, this is the oregano. It's kind of like creeping over there, which is fine, because even if it came all the way down around here, that I would like that too. Okay, so then we have these little guys. I don't know the name of these. I just like the little accents because they're very intricate. And they came in a 4-pack. Oh, I think there's a tag. Let me see. Oh, I don't know that one. Agantum or I don't know. Agerantum. So whatever. They're really pretty. Maybe a geranium. I don't know. And then this is coming up from last year. I think it's a type of Veronica, but I can't remember. I'll wait and let you know once it's bloomed. So stay tuned. These are celosia. Sorry, I had to think there for a second. Those are celosia, and here is a lemon bee balm, and I'm going to show you those. Oh my gosh, they are gorgeous. This probably will end up taking over this, but I'm hoping I can see these from down there. So that's what I'm hoping we'll see. I might trim that back and keep it short. We'll see. We'll see how those 2 fight with each other. Here, these are Veronicas. Super pretty blooms. I just am obsessed with blue, and these are super pretty. So the exact type I can't remember off the top of my head. Here's some pineapple mint that's variegated, super pretty. And then here's some bachelor buttons. I'm hoping that's not too loud. That's my neighbor using a blower. And then these are my peonies. I love this guy. I can post the type in the bottom, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Oh, so pretty. My neighbor gave it to me. Just so pretty. It's a nice pop of color. So let me show you the whole look from the front. So this is this front bed for now. So it's got some good color. There was a lupin and a delphinium over there, but they didn't make it. So we'll see what we're going to put. I still have to plant this. This is garlic and cilantro right now, but I'm going to put something there. I don't know what yet. If you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, so here I'm going to put morning glories here. They're potted up and ready to go, but I kind of want to fix that first. And then I've got some, what is the name? I always think of Hunger Games. Primrose, that's what this is called. It has seen better days. The slugs demolished it. And it was red on one side and blue on the other. The blue has completely died out now. And so the red is the only thing left. So I did get some Sluggo and I'm going to put it around that, but it might be too late. I'm hoping I can save it. We've got borage right here. I just planted that yesterday. I'm hoping it does well. And then this one is a white zinnia. So I'm interested to see how well that does. This is, I don't remember what that one is. And then this is a black-eyed Susan. This actually is just as good as echinacea for like helping your immune system. And this is echinacea coneflower. And then we've got some lemon bee balm here. We've got some celery hiding back there. The creeping Jenny I did sparse throughout here as well. This is lemon balm. That's good for calming and helping your mood. Here's lemon bee balm here again. It's already grown twice as big. I can't remember that one either, or that one. So I need to get those little tags. If I remember, I'll put them up on the screen. And then, yeah, just some bulbs back there, but I don't know what they are. And then again, this is the beauty berry, so that's good for insect repellent, mosquito repellent. So that's that so far. So it has a lot to grow in, and I'm going to get some more of those bushes and put them back here because the cats love to go back there. And never forget about the witch hazel up in front. And back here, I kind of let this grow wild because I have some erosion issues and I don't want it to cause any problems here. So I don't weed it that much. We have a ton of vinca. Then we have, this is all raspberry bush. It spreads all the way down. Vinca and raspberry bush all the way down until the end. And if you can see right there, that is my beauty berry. And then I have a forsythia over here, and all the way down at the end, you can't see it, but it's a yucca plant. Let me see if I can get down to it. And then I have a little bit of lungwort over here as well. Well, not a little bit, quite a bit. And if you can see, it's kind of hidden down here. I'm kind of losing some daylight, but they were mowing the lawn for a while, so I tried to eat dinner, and then they just kept mowing. So I went ahead and filmed it, and then I'll do a voiceover for the part out front. And so here is my yucca. I've got 2 of them this year. Usually I have 1, but they do die out and then come back every year, so I do like that about them. And I did have a grapevine here, but it is gone now, so I'm gonna maybe put something else there. If you guys have any ideas, this is full shade, or like not full shade, part shade, but very, very little shade. I have a ton of ivy, English ivy, and I actually found out that that's beneficial, but I need to make sure that I ID it and make sure that it's the right kind. So, always when you're thinking about using a plant for any benefits, make sure you are doing your research. I also have, you can't see it very well because it's hiding in there, but this is marshmallow right here. See that? Oh, sorry, the camera. See that leaf right there? That is a marshmallow plant, and it'll have pretty pink flowers. I also have a hibiscus here. If it didn't die out in this winter, you see that stick? These were the hibiscus. Other bulbs there, and then there's also lemon balm is here. So I might come back here and deal with some of this. I try not to touch it too much, but sometimes I'll cut it back. And it's spread to over here. And then I've got some columbine there. So that wraps up the things that I've planted so far. Stick with me. I'll share with you as I use the plants that I have, what the benefits are, what I'm using, how I'm using it, and I would love to share all that with you. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe to me to learn more. If you like gardening and plants and learning about plants and how they benefit your system, like health-wise, then definitely check out my group. It's journeyonnaturepath.com. Just put your email in there and you can join my free group. I'd love to have you over there. We have so much fun talking and interacting about plants and herbs and how we use them. So I'd love to have you.